Standing by.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Complete.
The multi-dimensional portal is open. Konnichigen, it's your favorite superstar, the multi-dimensional Dachigen Kaiden, a sentient star cluster in virtual idol form. Happy Final Fantasy Friday! Here we are once again on Twitch for Final Fantasy XIV Friday. There's a lot of alliterations going on in this sentence. It's a fine Friday for Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, there's a lot of words that start with F right there. But hey, I love doing that sort of thing. I mean, it's the whole reason why we have Final Fantasy Friday in the first place. So yeah, here we are. I hope it's a good Friday or Saturday for you. Right after the stream went offline yesterday, I found out that maybe Twitter was going to die, but you know, my social media is at the bottom, underneath the table right here. Well, in the lower part of the table. But now Twitter might have to be removed from there. But well, it's an exaggeration. It seems like it was a misunderstanding, like Twitter offices are closing. But they misunderstood that to say Twitter is closing. So, some sort of bad situation there. I'm not gonna go into the details. FF14, that's right, Starry. Good to see you. Yes, we continue as normal. I'm still feeling a little bit sick. Today, the day got unexpectedly stressful, like a little bit before the stream, so I feel like I need to take it easy because I am like better than before, but it can easily just get bad, and as bad as it was. I'm in the middle of treatment for what I have right now, which is not something that goes away quickly. It used to go away quickly, but not anymore. Not this time, it looks like. It's a mess. It's a mess. The star cluster is getting scrambled, you see? You can scramble a star cluster. Sometimes it works for its favor, sometimes it doesn't. And this time it doesn't. It doesn't work for my favor. But regardless, I'm not ill enough to not be able to stream, thankfully. But I think I might make this a shorter stream as well, like 2 hours or so. And yeah, I continue taking it easy. Something I've been meaning to do for a while, that I go more towards a regular speaking voice, so to speak. Quote unquote regular speaking voice, trademark symbol. Because I get excited so easily. I mean, for good reasons. I'm playing exciting things, I'm doing exciting things right here. We're talking about exciting things. Soto excited, yeah, so the problem is that it doesn't work a lot of the time. Like there's a lot of charm in my voice as it is when I'm just speaking normally, so to speak, like this. That being said, I might have to reduce the music volume a little bit if I do that. But what was I gonna say? Now, and also the game volume for FF14 or whatever. If the game ever gets louder than me, always let me know. It always helps out immensely because I can't always have, you know, it's a pain in the ass to be making tests for sounds outside the stream because you have to be recording, then you listen to it. You record, you listen to it. It's a huge time sink. It's necessary, but it's a huge time sink the more you need to do it. And yeah, another reason is that as I keep doing Twitch VOD backups and I keep doing clips from previous streams, I get to listen to my voice and the way it sounds with this microphone, the Blue Yeti. As soon as I can afford another one, maybe another dynamic microphone like the one I used to have that stopped working, I will get one again so I can have more freedom of what I do without filtering myself that much. The problem is that it still gets to be very low quality, even with all the filters I've done. And again, it was a huge pain in the ass to set up the filters the way I wanted to. Pain in the ass in the sense that there's a lot of back and forth in testing and recording, listening, following tutorials, playing the tutorial video, pausing it, doing what the tutorial video tells you to, unpausing it, and oh my god, I hate tutorial videos for that reason. I always prefer a written tutorial if possible. I am not the kind of person that can like watch a cooking video and cook along with it. I don't know how the hell people do that. It looks like a gargantuan task, a Herculean task. Like, how the hell do you not spend 8 hours of your day just cooking one meal if you follow along with that? Because you're pausing the video, then you're doing it, then you have to like kind of scroll back. Maybe your hands are full of dough or greasy with, you know, the food you're making. You gotta clean them to be able to play the video again. Like, well, how the fuck do you do that? How people? How do you live your life? It's all complicated stuff for me. Another reason why I suspect I may have ADHD anyway. These things are apparently not supposed to be complicated, but they are for me. And well, I could go on and on a tangent about that. What was I gonna say though? I've gone on a tangent here. I've digressed. Yeah, so, you know, testing those things is difficult. I listened to myself a clip I just did of an amazing win we got in Paladins in the Return to Paladins stream that we did 2 months ago. Yeah, it's now been 2 months. I know because I did the backup of that VOD, and it's like about 2 months old, or about to be 2 months old. But I was having a great reaction to it. I was getting excited, but a lot of the time, oh my god, what is happening with OBS now? Yesterday on the stream, a lot of frames were dropping out of nowhere, and it just did that again. What the hell? And this time I don't have Chrome open. This time it's just OBS. I have Opera. I'm gonna have to open the task manager now. I'm gonna have to take a look at the task manager. What is going on? My RAM memory is at 60+%. What is going on? Hold on a minute. Okay. Well, everything seems to be working okay, but for some reason I have 60+% RAM memory being used. OBS and BC Face are of course using a lot of that, but it shouldn't be enough to have this much. This is weird. But anyway, man, it's just Scuff City. It's just been Scuff City all day, every day for the past weeks for me. Like, my life feels like such a mess right now thanks to the illness, and as soon as I got ill, a million things just decided to pile up on top of me for me to do. Things I need to take care of every day. So it's been extremely complicated for me. Again, also why we had to reschedule the stream yesterday. But I'm figuring it out somehow, because I don't want to be absent from the stream again if I can help it, because October was also a fucking mess. We were absent for 3 weeks from live streaming, and I hate that. I hate that, you know? I don't know when the YouTube changes got implemented, but if I had noticed then, and I were actively streaming for those 3 weeks I was off in October, I probably would have done the live streams of YouTube, the YouTube live streaming experience also then. I had a fantastic time yesterday. For those who showed up for the YouTube stream, thank you so much. I did notice I may be attracting a different audience on YouTube that is not as willing to come here to Twitch. Why? Because it's so convenient to just be on YouTube. You are familiar with my videos and or shorts, and then you see that I'm live. Or you see somebody else on YouTube and my stream gets recommended. If that happens, that's amazing. First of all, thank you to YouTube, and thank you to you if you clicked on that and were interested enough, even though you were not familiar with me at first. But yeah, like, it seems that at least for yesterday it was good, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow's stream because I'm still... Here's another illness that I've been afflicted by recently. I've had the yellow fever of Pokemon. I'm still deep into the yellow fever, the Pokeroos disease, you might say. There's no cure for this. There's no cure. Scarlet and Violet came out today. I'm not gonna be playing them anytime soon though, I can't afford them right now. But I did see that there's a lot of issues with like frame rates in Scarlet and Violet. I did see a few people streaming it already, and I saw that firsthand. Like, the game looks very... It doesn't look like it was a game on the highest grossing franchise in the world right now. It looks like it's some sort of like alpha. Well, not alpha, that's an exaggeration. It looks like a beta game from an indie developer at times. But I'm saying this because even those negative points about Scarlet and Violet are not enough to take away my excitement for Pokemon in general. Oh yeah, like, I should probably see what episode there is for the anime today. Yeah, what's going on in the anime today? It's like a big deal. Because it's the follow-up from something that happened last week that was a big deal. We can look at it tomorrow. I think. I'll probably think about it again tomorrow. We shouldn't delay too much on FF14. Oh yeah, you know what I'm gonna do first? I'm gonna go to the Gold Saucer. Time to go to the Gold Saucer for my money, for my Cactpot board gambling. Oh yes. What's going on? My music doesn't want to pause. There we go. My music was not listening to me. Man, I've been having a lot of technical issues where programs, applications, computers, they just don't want to listen to me. They're like, haha, you don't order me around, motherfucker. I'm gonna do what I want. Or at least it feels that way. No, I'll tell you this though. I've had a lot of issues with technology in my life, like the most bizarre issues you would think of. Like if you're a technician and you take a look at some of the issues I've had, I guarantee you the first thing you're gonna say is, wow, in all my years working on this field, I've never seen this before. And I know because I've had a lot of people say that to me. It's the story of my life. But even despite that, technology and I, or at least, you know, PCs and game consoles, maybe mobile phones, we still get to have a very nice relationship. They've been nice to me overall. Like they really do have a life of their own, a sentience of their own. Or at least it definitely feels that way. And with many of the things they have done for me, I can't say that we have a hate relationship here. They don't... Yeah, they undo. They're enough to... The pros are enough to outweigh the cons immensely, because the cons are significant. I've had all sorts of weird issues, as I said. And issues that are not weird, that are issues that anybody gets. But yeah, even with all that, we have such a lovely relationship. Man, watch me saying this and we're gonna have some unexpected issue on the stream. My RAM memory is at 70+% right now, actually. How is that possible? I have 16 gigabytes of RAM memory. You would think it's enough to play a game and stream and have a VTuber software? But 70 plus is a lot, like... Well, I guess if I were playing Apex on max graphics or Destiny 2 or something demanding like that, the RAM memory maybe wouldn't increase that much. What would increase is the GPU, which is also high, and the CPU, which is also higher than I would like it to be. The CPU right now is at 50+%. The GPU is at 68 or so %. Very close to 70. Because, yeah, 16 gigabytes of RAM memory should be very manageable, right? The GPU and the CPU, though, definitely need an upgrade, and I would like to upgrade them as soon as possible. Now, let's see. I got a number that I'm hoping is lucky. Let's see. Okay. This was ticket 1111. Wait, which one was this? Where does it say? Yeah, 1111, because I got it last week, which was November 11th. So anytime I purchase a Cactpot ticket, I use the date for that day. And last week was 11/11, so today I'm gonna use 11/18, 1118. Every single one of them is consolation. Yeah, the most I've ever gotten has been the 4th prize, once on one ticket, and that's it. But let's see what we get today for the Jumbo Cactpot. First, let's do a random number, 4091. That'll do the trick, I think. And then today's date, at least with month and day, not the year, because, you know, it's only 4 digits, 1118. We could also do it on the day-month order, but my preferred order for dates is year, month, day, and the year is with 4 digits. What should I do now, though? I could make it random again. I could make it something. Let's make it my current HP, 3408. Although I already had 8 with the previous number, but what the hell? Might as well just do it like this. Just gotta keep reminding myself to do it every week. I mean, if I keep doing it every Final Fantasy Friday, it's not that bad. So that will do right there. Now, we lay the foundation by speaking with Minfilia. There were some other things that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, I think I didn't finish really talking about, where do we go here? Oh yeah, we still go back to the Waking Sands. We still need to get the new headquarters here. But yeah, I noticed that when I was getting very excited and my voice was getting high-pitched and loud and whatever from that Paladin's win in that clip, it was kind of getting lost with the filters. I went through a painstaking process to avoid those things getting lost as much as possible when my voice gets a higher pitch, when this happens, when that happens. But unfortunately, I couldn't do much. This is still the best I can do. Maybe more tests will come in the future, but I think it's safe to say that one of the first things I'm going to invest on as soon as I have budget again for these things is going to be a new microphone. Dynamic, preferably. My best experiences live streaming have been with a dynamic microphone. They lend themselves better to what I do. Whether I'm just speaking or I'm singing, it all lends itself better. We have a lot of blue quests here. What's going on? So, okay. I made my decision. I am still gonna leave the side quests for another time. And we're gonna focus on blue and main story quests. But even blue quests, we have like 3 blue quests in here. What's going on? Why are we dropping frames? What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is going on? My CPU is just spiking. What the hell, computer? Oh my god. I have no idea what's going on, man. Anyway. I am so sorry if I lag here and there. My CPU is goofing off a little bit. Oh my god. Oh my god, you know what this could be, unfortunately? Oh, yeah, so the recent computer repairs. A part was removed from the CPU according to the technician. Man, I hope it's not that, because forget about the microphone. I'm gonna need to sell a kidney to get a new CPU. Yeah. Oh god, man, I can't afford to make any purchases. I am terrified by this every fucking day. Every fucking day. I just think if something were to happen to one of my expensive computer parts, that's it. Streaming activities are suspended indefinitely because I'm not gonna have money for any of those parts anytime soon. Like, it could even be more than a year. It could be years before I'm able to get another GPU. I am not kidding about that. That is not hyperbole, and that is a terrifying prospect. But yeah. And my CPU right now is spiking all the way to 80% at times. I mean, yesterday I wasn't playing any games and it was happening too. I'll tell you what, tomorrow we're gonna use Opera. We're not gonna use Google Chrome for the... Yeah, I'm gonna make a note because there's some things I need to do. Man, that's more work piling up on me. Yeah, so... you see what I mean? A lot of things get pile up on me, and I have a million fucking tasks to take care of. I gotta tell you something. Habitica is a lifesaver right now because one thing that I love to do in Habitica, and if you ever have an application that's like that, you know, you do chores, you do something, and you reward yourself with some video game experience or something like that, that's what Habitica does. There's some others that do that, but for now, I've been focusing on Habitica. I highly recommend that you also do this for unexpected issues that arise. Say you're driving and you crash, somebody crashes into you, and you have to take care of all that mundane, bureaucratic stuff. Exchange numbers, check with the insurance, check the policy again, take care of all of that. Make that immediately a task in Habitica or your platform of choice, and give yourself a reward for that because you deserve it 1,000,000%. You deserve to be rewarded for, what's the word? You deserve to be rewarded for issues that were not your fault or even if they're your fault, as long as they're unexpected, you know, you deserve a reward for that. Because otherwise you don't get a reward. It's just something bad that happened to you. Bad things happen to good people, unfortunately. I have a sort of belief that karma works in a very unforgiving way, but that's another story. And, you know, it explains why bad things happen to good people as well. But, or, you know, to people that did good things. And their karma score is very positive and still bad things happen to them. What gives, right? But anyway, that's another Pandora box. If something bad happens to you and, you know, you have to, like, take time away from your life to take care of it, it just feels like your time was lost irrevocably. Irrevocably. Blah, blah, blah. I can't speak that word. I can't say English. You deserve a reward for that. And here we have it. We have Habitica that gives you gold, gives you experience. And with that gold and experience, you're able to have some very nice looking pets. I've been able to appreciate the pet game in Habitica, which is like pretty much the main thing in there that you want to be saving up for. Well, cosmetics and pets, but pets feel like the most rewarding to me than cosmetics. I've been appreciating pets more now that I've been re-obsessed with Pokemon, I'll tell you that. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Oh man, I am just like getting so stressed just thinking about my computer right now. What's happening to my CPU? I'm gonna, hold on, let me take a look at things quickly. I'm so sorry if we're like sorting out a lot of technical issues in the middle of the stream right now. Please let me know if you see a lot of spikes, a lot of like frame drops happen. Let me see here. I mean, yeah, OBS tells me, even if I don't notice them, because I can't monitor that all the time, so there may be a frame drop and I don't notice that it happened. The frequency in which it happens is what concerns me, because if it happens every 5 minutes or so, that's way too frequent. And I don't want that to be every 5 minutes or so. It really affects the quality of the stream. So far though, we've been live for about 25 minutes. And it's been about... Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, I thought the frames dropped for a moment. Yeah, OBS has told me that it's 169 out of 1,600 plus 1,060... I can't read, hold on. 167,000 plus... It's like 0.1%. And skip frames due to encoding lag is 0.2%. That is not a high number, all things considered. So I have to monitor that for now. Yeah, I'm sorry if it's tedious for me to talk about these things. I can't help but just comment on them as they keep happening. But I do realize, yeah, I should probably keep the talk about that to a low. No, let's talk about something that... Yeah, you want to talk about a big pile of things to do. Here we have it in FF14. What is all this blue around here? Nedrick Ironheart has like 3 different quests for me. What's going on? That's a ton of stuff. But I don't know what these quests are about. They may be like something like the Palace of the Dead, which is a very unique thing. Ooh, Nedrick appears concerned about your equipment. And then Wistful Whitebeard. What do we have right here? Weaponsmith of Legend? Should I do that? You're saying that in all caps, Starry. What is that about? That's a relic weapon quest? Remind me, what are relic weapons? I've forgotten a lot of things about FF14 now. Because... yeah, you know... I am just so fucking busy and sick outside the stream. I've lost track of what FF14 is like. I don't have time to play it off the stream at all. So it's good that we have Final Fantasy Friday because it helps immensely. Thank you for the lurker luring from the shadows. Endgame weapon of each expansion. But ARR is not an expansion. But does it have an endgame weapon? Yeah, because level 50. I guess it would be the level 50 weapon here. Might be worth it. Might be worth it. Seems like a good idea. Oh, hold on. Let me read the dialogue. Ah, nothing like staring out at the sea to bring an old man back to his glory days. Aye, The good old times when his whole life still lay ahead of him, and the greatest adventures were yet to be. Gah! Don't you know better than to sneak up on your elders like that, young'un? Are you trying to send me to an early grave? Well, not early, as such. But don't tell me. I can see it just from the look of you. You're an adventurer, and an accomplished one at that, yes? You may not be the graybeard I am, but I reckon you have a memory or two you'd be keen on remembering. Oh, I think I might know what this is. So I say you jump me for a while before you return to the road. After all, sometimes reflecting on the past can be just what you need to discover the path yet forge into the future. It does have one? Okay. New Game Plus. Oh! What? Wait a minute. New Game Plus allows you to relive the adventures of your past by replaying previous quests with your current character data. Right. That doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you say New Game Plus, I'm expecting it to be literally every single quest that I did. Is it every single quest though? Open the New Game Plus interface located under Duty in the main menu and select the chapter you wish to experience anew. Please note that special rules and conditions will apply when replaying quests with New Game Plus. For detailed information, please review the help text in the New Game Plus menu. It's good that they have that feature. Every MMO should have that feature. At least for main story quests. No, for everything, ideally. No, not every quest? Okay. Yeah, well, they call it New Game Plus. That's like the entire game. But no, it's not the entire game. Okay. It's kind of like, what was it called in Lotro? The Pool of Reflection. The yellow side quests don't have them. Ah. It gives you a reason to be an alcoholic if you want to replay them. Well, okay. I feel like I should indeed pick up every single one, but... Oh my god. You see? There it is! It just did that again! Oh my god! Oh my god. Oh god in heaven, this is so stressful. I'm sorry. We just dropped a few frames again. Let me see. Wow, those were a lot of frames. We dropped like 150, just a spike like that. Man, I don't know what's going on with my PC. This is new. Atarashi. The Japanese studying was a lot of fun yesterday. I can't wait to have more streams like that. And yes, it is my plan to have them on YouTube. It's the CPU, I think. It's the CPU that spikes for a moment. And that is a very terrifying thing, because it means my CPU is starting to die. Or at least that's what I think. The signs of old age are here. The signs of a death disease are here. May still take some months to get there, maybe some years even, but in the road to get to the end, it's not gonna perform well. But if it's a software thing though, I may be able to solve it. Yeah, I'm gonna put this as a task in Habitica in hard difficulty. And I'm gonna make a note over there. My god, I have so many notes. So many things to do. There's only 24 hours in the day. I need like 72 hours to do everything I need to do right now. Thankfully though, I still am able to have the streams like this though. Still able to work out. No, it's also because I get so stressed about this because I suck. I suck at scheduling. Like I am, you know, I think it's the way to balance things out. I think I am very clever when it comes to some things. I can say some very clever things. I can think in some very unique ways of something that nobody else can think of. But to balance that out, I am extremely dumb, like dumber than a 3-year-old at some things. And one of those things is scheduling. Earlier today, I had to like do the scheduling for like 3 different things that are going to be something I need to take care of every day until a certain date at certain times of the day. And that is like, my brain was like, what is this? My brain just melted. I had to meditate on that, go into a deep, concentrated session, sit down, as they say, and just like go deep into the monastery close all the doors, tell the other monks to not disturb me while I meditate on this issue. I don't know why this is the analogy that I think about, but yeah. I guess it sounds like a more peaceful thing. And tell them, alright, I'm gonna meditate deeply on this cosmic problem. Do not disturb me until I've been able to decipher this riddle. And this is just scheduling some things. So yeah. No, every time I do the schedule for the stream for the week, well, it's not as complicated as this thing was today. That's why I got like a bit stressed out earlier today. But when I do the schedules for every week, I do kind of need to like set aside like anything else. Like I used to try to do this while having a stream on the side. Sometimes I'm able to do that, like I watch another person's stream peripherally on another monitor, while in my main monitor I have like my Photoshop window where I do the schedule, usually. But a lot of the time, I need to just pause, maybe have some lo-fi music or something, and just put my entire brain power on it. Because otherwise, I'm gonna get something wrong, I'm going to overlook something, and it's happened. I don't put the correct dates on the schedule, I don't put the correct time on the schedule, and because I feel like I need to have multiple time zones, at least in the weekly schedule, I put 3 time zones. Currently, they are Eastern, Central, Pacific. When I do the daily announcements, that's when I put a couple more. But for the weekly schedule graphic, you know, let me show you here. For this graphic, right? I need to make sure that now that I'm doing YouTube more frequently, I also need to make sure I have the right logo. So it's the Twitch one for Twitch streams, and it's the YouTube one for YouTube streams. Very straightforward, right? Also, it's being partly covered by the live ribbon, but in the upper right, I need to make sure I put the right date. I put on the left side, next to the day name or day abbreviation, I have to put the correct numbers for each of them. Just to have a professional quality schedule here. These graphics are in great part thanks to Okumono, by the way. Once again, I recommend immensely Socino.site for some great graphics for assets as a VTuber. They're all for free. And you can modify them as well. Like this version is a modified one that I did to have fonts and colors related to my brand a little bit more. But yeah, just a lot of things I need to keep track of. And also when I name this file, the PNG for this, I name it in a way to keep it organized. Like I can be very well organized, but you know, I guess it's a sort of paradox about me. Another multi-dimensional aspect of your multi-dimensional favorite maniac. Your favorite superstar. Yeah, it's that I really, really prefer to be super organized about things, but I suck at being organized. It's like my body and the times of day, you know. I am a morning person. I hate being a night owl. But that's me. My body is kind of a separate entity because it feels differently. I am a morning person, but my body disagrees with that. Like, oh man, usually in the mornings I feel like a vampire. Like the sun hurts me. Like, I feel like my skin is just rotting every time I get up super early in the morning. Like, well, I'm not gonna go into details, but it usually feels awful. Although, you know, as of late I've also been sick, so my sleep schedule has been getting fucked up because of the way I was sick. And that has unfortunately made things worse recently. In a way that I haven't felt in years, and it's awful to go back to that, but you know, and it's a vicious circle because my sleep schedule getting messed up because of my sickness makes the sickness get worse, and it's the worst thing ever. Wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy if I had one. If I had one. No, I'll tell you this though. If I ever get so disdainful of someone, if there's ever someone I hate so much, I would hate them so much that I would never like to dignify them by calling them my enemy. That's why I have no enemies. I prefer to have rivals, but no enemies. Anybody who is applicable to become my enemy, I dislike so much, I hate so much that I feel like calling them my enemy is dignifying them. And I hate you. I'm not gonna dignify you. I want you to be trash. I want to call you garbage or something. Anyway, I'm seriously going on a tangent here. What the hell was I talking about? Like, yeah, I'm just bad at like organizing myself. Another thing that's kind of changed now that I've been doing the YouTube thumbnails as well is that the daily announcements I do, like the one I did on Twitter today, that looks like a thumbnail. There's, for Twitch, I have to do 3 versions of it. I have to do a version that has no text on it. That is a Patreon incentive. Patreon has got to be put on pause right now. I mean, you can still subscribe on Patreon and you'll get some benefits, but I need to update it with some graphics. I've just been, again, I've been so sick and so busy, like, I haven't been able to do much with Patreon lately, but one of the incentives is that you're able to get all the textless graphics for schedules and thumbnails and stuff like that. And also, I feel like I need to rework the tiers and the rewards, preferably to also match them to Twitch subscriptions, so that I give out benefits to Twitch subscribers that also match the benefits that the 5 USD tier in Patreon has. I just need to find a way to consolidate that. It will probably involve a Google Drive folder to access those files as well. Probably something like that, and it's a lot to take care of. But yeah, the point is, whenever I do those daily announcement graphics, as I call them, I also prefer to name them in a particular way. Actually, let me open a folder here, and I'll read out loud the names I usually give. So there's 3 versions. I do the textless version, I do the daily announcement version, which is the one you see on Twitter and Discord, and I do the thumbnail version that you see in the Twitch archive. These are different thumbnails than the ones I do for YouTube streams. The thumbnails I have here have the date, and they're more simplistic than the other one because they don't have like, they have the date, but they don't have like the Twitch logo with my name to clarify that my channel is called Kaiden Tajigen, to promote it, remind people. And it doesn't have like the starting time because there's no need to have that on an archive VOD. But for example, for the daily announcement version, as I call it, for the one for today, it's daily announcement _ 2022-11-18 parenthesis Twitch-453 parenthesis close. And daily announcement is all is 2 words together. There's no underscore, but I have announcement with a capital A at the beginning. I name my files a lot like that. I am not a coder or a programmer or anything like that, you know. Again, going off from what I've been talking about today, it looks like nuclear physics to me. I would love to learn it though. I'm considering, you know, sharpening my brain and getting that part of my brain to be better if possible. I don't know how much of that is something I can't help and how much of that is just being out of practice. But anyway, I am not a programmer or coder or something like that, but it apparently is better to have file names not have any spaces, if possible. So I avoid spaces in a lot of my file names nowadays, because apparently somewhere on Windows or when you upload it or something just gets messed up with the spaces and turns them into underscores, which is fine too, but I guess, you know, it's because it's a very invisible thing to have a space. I don't know how it works. Somebody who knows more about that can tell me. You can tell me in the chat. And then for the thumbnail version, it's very similar. I have the word thumbnail _ 2022-11-18 parenthesis open Twitch-453 parenthesis close. Something like that. On the textless version, the file name is a little bit different though. For example, I think here I have been using spaces again now. But for the thumbnail for today, yeah, I have in parentheses the date, 2022-11-18, and then after the parenthesis, FF14 Waking Sense. It's just something related to it, maybe. For tomorrow's thumbnail for the YouTube stream that I haven't shown you, but you will see as soon as I have the waiting room up after the stream today, I have it named, between parentheses open, 2022-11-19, parentheses close, and then even with some spaces, YT Johto League. Just like that. You know, YouTube Johto League. Because it's gonna be focused on... It's gonna be focused on... I'm sorry if you're hearing any background noise, by the way. Neighbors are doing karaoke, I think. I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Or somebody's playing very loud music. Yeah, there's been some neighbors who have been playing like loud music outside their house. Like, not even inside, but like on like their front yard recently. And that's not the problem in itself. The problem is that my room doesn't have good soundproofing in and out. That's another thing that I'll have to invest on as soon as possible. Anyway, pretty sure it's because space has no byte assignment. Probably makes sense then, yeah. Yeah, for example, a previous potential thumbnail is named Fortnite Vibing 3. And it's all without spaces. I just have like capital letters for the different words. I wonder if capital letters matter though. Also with byte assignments or whatever it's called. I need to know a little bit more about that. That's the thing about it. Hold on, let me listen. Give me a second here. Somebody is having a party like right next door or something. I'm hearing some very loud music. It could be somebody singing. So again, sorry if that gets picked up in the background. This is why I always try to have background music even in just chatting streams. Yesterday, for example, practicing Renshu. Sometimes you need to listen to the language assignments. So having background music may not be good, but I still try to have it. Well, it's better to have it anyway. Makes the stream more lively. Anyway, with that huge series of tangents, let's get back to the game. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alphinaud, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slavborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road, and represent us well, Kaiden. Very well. We still need to find the new headquarters, and I wanted to have that. I nearly gave myself spoilers for today's thumbnail, you know, speaking of which, because I wanted the background to be the new headquarters. But I compromised and made it the Waking Sands yet again. Because last week we also had the Waking Sands as the background for the thumbnail. I mean, it's not like you can fully see it anyway. It's blurred a little bit for the purposes of the thumbnail. But I made it be from another angle. Oh, really? It's not for some time. Oh. It looked like we were making our way to it. Like it was gonna be like on at the very most like 2 more quests or so, and we made it there. Let's talk to Tataru. Let's talk to the best girl. The Garlean threat may have abated, but there is no end to the work we Scions do. In our own unique ways, may every one of us continue striving to make a better Eorzea. Aha. If I recall, it's after the 4-man trials. Gonna be a while then. I was told that... Was I told that they happen later? I don't remember. Anyway, Slavborn in Revenant's Toll. Here in Mordona. You know, one thing that I've realized recently, based on a little bit of what I saw yesterday, and for that matter, the Pokemon stream the week before that, I've always thought, so I've been talking about my flaws recently, let me talk about my strengths now. I think I can be really good. I hope I'm not jinxing myself, throwing modesty to the side. You know, I can be an absolute peacock, showing myself off, but I think I can be really good at just chatting streams. And what happens so frequently, when I play a video game is that I just pause the gameplay for, my god, sometimes even upwards to half an hour or an hour, interrupting the gameplay, interrupting the story to talk about something. As a matter of fact, I'm doing that right now because I need to talk about this before we continue the quest. You've done normal ARR trials? Yeah, this is the patch stuff after the main story. Thank you, Kiba. Let me hydrate first. You know, and with the noise in the background, again, there's music playing in the background. It's very, very loud from like a house like right next door or across the street. As long as it's not getting picked up when I'm not speaking, but by the way, that was a hydrate right there, Kiba. Thank you so much. As long as it's not getting picked up when I'm not speaking, we're good. It's not like they're blasting it for like the entire block to hear it either. Well, actually, they're kind of close to that. Anyway, I think I have a really good talent for just chatting streams. Well, I've said this before. I can go on talking about a topic for like a 3-hour stream is solid for me if it's gonna be nothing more than just chatting. And then when you talk to me in the chat, you make it even more everlasting because you give more to the conversation. You make me talk about more things still. You expand it. You make it a more complete experience like that. Well, chatting always does that to a stream, but even more so for my just chatting streams, I would say. And well, I'd say just chatting as the Twitch category, but I mean like just chatting in general. This can be in YouTube as well, like that sort of thing. It's after the 8-man versions of some of the trials. So it's gonna be, oh my god, we just dropped a few frames again. I need to keep like doing a side glance at the task manager here and there, I think. Because I can't quite detect what exactly happens. The last one happened about 20 minutes ago. That I am keeping track of. Every 20 minutes or so is not so bad. No, it's just like a hiccup for like a couple seconds, right? And it happens every 20 minutes or so. That's not so bad. That's not so bad, but again, it's like the beginning of the end. Like, I can't help but feel pessimistic and think like, well, you know, it's gonna get worse. I gotta start saving up for a new CPU. I mean, I should invest in that anyway. The same goes for the GPU. But yeah, and yeah, I'm bad at budgeting as well. Like, I'm bad at scheduling. I'm terrible at budgeting. I feel like one of these days I should get an accountant of my own. A personal accountant just helping me. Hey, you take care of it. I am absolutely dumb at this. I am at a newborn level of intelligence when it comes to this. Now, the Just Chatting streams though, they're great, but at the same time, getting discovered from just chatting alone on Twitch is difficult. And yes, like, I am present outside of Twitch, but even if you aren't present outside of Twitch to make people know you more, and well, because, you know, you actually want to create content, it's not just... YouTube doesn't only exist to promote my Twitch stream, it exists there for its own sake as well. Like, I want to create content there, whether it's live streams, shorts, or videos, or even community posts. And the same goes for Twitter and its own unique content, and TikTok, although I've been a bit inactive there lately, but still. The point is, even if you get yourself known there, getting people to click away, to tap, to click, and go to yet another platform outside of Twitter, which I hope is still alive, by the way. You know, offices are closed, but the servers are still up and everything. Like, I think it's okay. It's just a meme at this point. But yeah, getting people to click away is very inconvenient. It's not about people being lazy. It's just about everybody has their own lives. They have their own problems, their own illnesses to take care of, like me. Like, they have a million things to take care of. they gotta have convenience when they're looking at their phone or even their PC scrolling. You know, to an extent, when you see a lot of people talk about like SEO, talking about marketing, talking about grabbing people's attention as a content creator, they tend to phrase it in a way, whether they intend to or not, that makes people sound very fickle and very lazy. It's not that, I think. I like to take a look at the glass half full. You know, I don't like to have such a low opinion on humanity like that. It sounds very jaded. No, it's more about everybody's so busy with their own lives. Like, a life is like enough problems of its own. And I know, this human form, I mean, it's such a different thing than how I am as a star cluster. Man, humans do not have it easy. In multiple dimensions, though. Multiple dimensions. Most of the dimensions that humans are in, and human-like races and species, my God, it's a very complicated life. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, though, being human opens a lot of doors that you wouldn't have as a star cluster or as another kind of existence or life form. Anyway, I am digressing. I am going on a tangent again. The point is, convenience is necessary for people not because they're lazy, but because they've got a lot in their plate already. And so they will go for the most convenient of conveniences. And if it takes one click to get to see your stream, it's enough. It's too much of a hassle already. It's too much of a hassle. Like, every single day you gotta do a lot of like mundane chores just to take care of your own body, just to take care of your own life. And you wanna give me yet another one on top of that? No, thank you. At the end of the day, clicking on your stream link that you posted on Twitch is optional. Eating, dressing myself up, cleaning the room, cleaning the house, breathing, it's not optional. And you know what? Those things are even more annoying than the thing you're asking me to do. And I have to do them several times a day, every day. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna... You know, it's kind of like... I think I've seen psychological talk about how everybody has like a limit of willpower that they have. And when they've used up... Maybe think of it as like a game resource. Vampire the Masquerade is like this, actually. They have it by points, willpower points. It's like there's a willpower meter, and you gotta use it to like take care of some things. Usually this is used for like bothersome stuff, chores, errands, mundane nonsense. And for a lot of people, myself included a lot of the time, just the stuff that you have to take care of every day is enough to drain the entire bar, the entire meter. An 8-hour workday is just gonna drain it, guaranteed. So, to have to do other things outside of it, even if they look so minor, like clicking a link, yeah, for me it would be more complicated than that, because I would have to put it in another tab or another monitor, so I have to do a little bit more. It's so complicated. It's already a lot more. Hold on. Wow, okay. I'm listening to, I was listening to the noise outside, and I think somebody is having a party outside. I'm hearing somebody speaking on a microphone. They're like speaking, there's some host doing some karaoke or something, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, again, sorry if it's picked up a little bit. It's not like that happens every day, though. There have been some neighbors who have been playing some music very loudly every day at around this time, afternoon, evening. But this is even more than that. I can tell it's not a frequent thing. Anyway, like, back to what I was saying, though. The reason why I was talking about that... Actually, let's switch to this screen right here, then, since we're talking about these things. Just remind me to switch back to the main game screen if I forget. Anyway. Yeah, so... Yeah, it is being picked up a bit by the microphone, the noise outside. But yeah, man, I kind of lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I brought up the whole thing about Twitch links. Yeah, so that's the whole problem, is that if I stream on Twitch, discoverability still depends, no matter where you stream, no matter where you create your content, discoverability still depends immensely on the platform itself, because if you rely on outside platforms for it, most places outside of it are gonna make it inconvenient. Why? Because they want users to be on their platform and not go outside. It's understandable. Twitter does not want people to just go outside of it to YouTube. They don't want them to go to Twitch. That's why there's the whole shadow ban, controversy. There's a lot of rumor, there's a lot of myth and fact mixed up, but overall, I think Twitter does shadow ban stuff with like Twitch links or YouTube links or something like that. So you kind of have to make a few, go through a few hoops to be able to promote yourself properly. Usually what I do is that I try to quote tweet, and leave the link to the quote tweet, or, something like that. I've been doing it a little bit differently for YouTube actually. But yeah, shadow bans, right? The dreaded shadow bans. So because it's inconvenient when you do it outside, to get discovered on the platform itself becomes challenging when the platform itself doesn't have good discoverability, like Twitch. So just chatting streams, as great as I am with them, I feel like they might be better served on YouTube. Because what I noticed, the people that were there, I think found me there on YouTube from my covers that I've done, and maybe even the Kamen Rider videos that I did, that are now out of it, that I unlisted basically, because I need to remake them. They were before I transitioned fully into VTubing, and some of them need to be remade for that and for other reasons. Well, that's another story. If I haven't remade them yet, it's because I'm not sure if I want to go back to that as a niche, because that's another like content creation thing. Find your niche, unless you can guarantee that you're gonna have 100,000 people right off the bat interested in you, you need a niche. But the problem with choosing a niche though is that once you open that door, you close a lot of other doors and it's hard to open them again. You gotta focus only on that. Again, if you find a YouTube channel that has been uploading videos about, let's say about Marvel Comics, about timelines of superheroes and stuff, and then all of a sudden they decide to also do a series of videos. It's not like a rare video, a rare side video that they did, like Sakurai Masahiro, for example. He uploaded the video of his cat, talking and showing pictures and videos of his cat on his channel, talking about video game advice, video game creation advice. But that's a rare thing, that's a one-time thing. No, I mean doing something like, you make like 10 cat videos, when you've been doing dozens of videos focused on video game development. It's very, very different, and it alienates your audience, it makes a mess of things, so yeah, it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult because of that. I feel like it would limit a lot of what I want to do. For example, another dilemma I'm having right now with that is that the Pokemon streams I'm doing, that, we're gonna have one of them tomorrow, I want to actually make them into fully edited videos, narrowing down the concepts and presenting them better. They would still be like probably filmed separately. Like I wouldn't take the live streams and just like edit them and narrow them down. No, I would still do like outside editing and stuff. As a matter of fact, we're gonna do things a little bit differently based on that for tomorrow, because I want to have. So we used the trainer cards last week for the teams. I want to do something different. I want to use Canva to create the teams because I have more freedom of choice, and because we're actually going to use a few Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet. So already going to tell you, there's spoilers tomorrow for the stream, for the Pokedex, for Scarlet and Violet. FYI. Minor spoilers at the end of the day, but still enough spoilers. There's a few Pokemon who are going to be used in some Johto teams to complete them. That makes sense in a way to have. But yeah, the point is, I've been wanting to do some videos like that, talking about the ultimate Kanto League, for example. And it's a proposal of a Kanto League that has 18 gym leaders for every type. Each of them is able to have a competitive team, or competitive-ish, you know, in the sense that you would be fighting. You could have a game mode in which you fight them with a level 50 team. All your Pokemon are put back to level 50, and the gym leaders' Pokemon are all at level 50 as well. And there's no shifting between Pokemon, that sort of thing, right? But they also have level scaling and stuff like that. But yeah, we can talk more about that tomorrow. I would be presenting that, and I would be presenting a few other things that are part of this ultimate Pokemon League experience proposal. Well, it's not just a league. I thought about something crazy recently for Pokemon. And honestly, another reason why I kind of want to get into coding is because I'd love to do this as a Pokemon hack or an RPG Maker Pokemon fan game, if possible. But I would need to really learn a lot of that. Eventually, I could get a team of people to help me. I feel like I want to make a post on some forums as a game proposal, just as an idea, just an idea. There's got to be some sub forum or thread or something where I can throw that idea. And also the videos would be good for that. But if I were to make those Pokemon videos, then I feel like it would limit what I can do. Like, if you look at channels that make those kinds of videos, like proposing, I've seen some people do that, like creating the ultimate team for Misty, for Lieutenant Surge, doing a monotype team for competitive or something like that, with just Kanto Pokemon or something like that. You look at their VODs and they're focused fully on Pokemon content. If I were to do those videos and then I have a live stream playing Scarlet and Violet, sure, that works out. I have a Let's Play of Pokemon Violet that's not even live stream. Sure, it still works out. But then I make a video talking about the timeline of Kamen Rider #1 Takeshi Hongo. That's completely unrelated. And so it's problematic. A video talking about the recent Twitter controversy. That's completely unrelated. A video talking about the struggle of being a broke VTuber. I'm not broke though. I am not broke. I am not starving. I am not like needing to sell my kidney literally to be able to eat or something. It's just that in order to be able to meet necessities and all that, I'm not able to afford anything at all for live streaming or video games or anything like that. Yeah, I'm telling you though, it's looking like it's gonna take me beyond 2023 to finally get that Live 2D model I want. Hey, that's why I enter as many giveaways as I can for that. The people that do those giveaways are absolute goats. Greatest of all time. But yeah. That's another one of the dilemmas I'm having. Alright, we're gonna have a 90-second ad break, and I'm gonna take a quick bio break for that too. And don't worry, we are gonna continue the gameplay of Final Fantasy XIV. I'm gonna leave the idle camera for this, for the break screen. Oh my god, the music is so loud. Somebody's doing karaoke outside and they're so loud. I hope it's not getting picked up, but I'll be back. Stay connected to the multidimensional portal. Omatase shimashita. Thank you for waiting. Oh, that's some great hair colors on this person. I think she's an NPC. She's not a player. But yeah, we are back. Idle camera is so much fun just to have on the break screen for that reason. But, well, yeah, talking a bit about like my my dilemma. Oh yeah, one of the things I want to invest on also as soon as I have the budget, like instantly when I have the budget, is a manager. I need a manager to help me figure this out. But I'm gonna try to do some exercises for this. Like, there's some exercises you can do. There's an Ikigai-like exercise that a manager, that a VTuber manager has done, one whose services I'm considering, by the way. And it's similar to an exercise I've already done before from a live streaming coach. This live streaming coach has released a lot of resources. They also have like private coaching that they charge for, much like a manager, much like the manager services. But they released a lot of free resources, and one of those was like a worksheet with a bunch of questionnaire questions. A questionnaire with a bunch of questions in it, which is a bit different than the Ikigai that was presented by this VTuber manager, but very similar in nature. But as a matter of fact, I may have it here actually. Well, I'm gonna go on a big tangent again. We're never gonna get back to FF14 if I just go look it up, but it made you questions to find common factors between things you love, things you do not professionally, and things you want to do professionally. And again, like the Ikigai situation is like something the world needs, something you can do good, something you can get paid for. There's a lot of liberties you can take with it. Like, it encourages you to also think outside the box and, in lack of a better way to phrase it, force some things to fit into the other category. Like, okay, you love doing this thing. You love playing Pokemon, for example. You love completing the Pokédex. How can you make this something the world needs? And when you just ask the question on its own, it's such a difficult question to answer. How the fuck do I make that something the world needs? But then, in the way you answer the other questions that even seemed unrelated at first, you start finding an answer. That's another common factor. You start seeing that you can make anything into something the world needs because you have found this about yourself. It's really introspective. And that, it's been years since I've done it because I did it before I started creating those Kamen Rider informational videos. Before I transitioned fully into the VTubing dimensions. And again, videos I want to remake in many ways. But I started realizing that I want to focus on Kamen Rider content because I found the big common factor among all of that is Kamen Rider. And there were a lot of videos, there was a lot of content that has never been done by anyone. There's things that kind of come close to it, but it has never been done by anyone. Some type of videos that I was building up towards, but I never got around to doing them. And again, I still need to figure out whether it's the right direction for me to go to now. But yeah, just that sort of thing. I feel like I could make a sort of ultimate brand, you know? Call it the ultimate. I am the ultimate. And I keep creating ultimate whatevers. One thing that I really like to focus on a lot is just creating, like, putting a lot of puzzle pieces together and filling in gaps for things. I think I'm really good at filling in gaps, either by finding things that are already there and just spinning them in a different direction, or making people realize there's something about them that they didn't see that can be connected to this other aspect of canon, to fill in the gaps in plot holes or something like that, or, you know, between series, between movies. 10 years passed between this movie. What happened here? Ah, here it is. Something like that. And I'm also, and if there's nothing like that, I like to think I can be really good at fanfiction to fill in the gaps. Fanfiction that is as based on the original material as much as possible, or pulls from other continuities. For example, saying that filling in some plot holes, or, well, not plot holes, but let's say some gaps in the Pokemon video games, some things that are unexplained, giving them an explanation that borrows from concepts introduced in the anime, or the Adventures manga, or something else. Or Pokemon Go, maybe, right? Stuff that is in a different continuity, if you will. Well, there's actually kind of like a bunch of different continuities in the games now because they have alternate universes. Like, fully confirmed that there's alternate universes there. They started doing that with the Alola games, implying that Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire and Ruby Sapphire Emerald are two different universes. It's not like just a remake, and no, they are two separate universes, in a way. And maybe more universes because Ruby and Sapphire are kind of their own thing, the story is different. Emerald is an amalgam of those stories, but at the same time is its own thing. Ooh, yeah, the Pokemon multiverse is huge. I like to think, though, that Arceus is aware of the entire multiverse, and anytime you encounter Arceus in a video game, it's the same Arceus all the time. Like, there's no one Arceus for this universe, another Arceus for this other. No, it's the same Arceus for all the different timelines and universes and stuff. So, if you encounter Arceus in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, it's the same Arceus that you encounter in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I am going on a tangent again. We are never gonna play FF14. We're gonna end the stream without doing more than one quest or something. Oh my god. Anyway. Let me get my thoughts back. Kind of a just chatting stream here. I feel like I can be good at those things. So again, I need to decide on that niche. But yeah, I didn't finish talking about this. Just chatting streams, I feel like I want to do them more on YouTube because it's starting to feel to me like people are more willing to jump on a live stream and doing on YouTube from what they've seen on my videos than they are willing to do it, you know, if they found me on YouTube and they jump to Twitch. It's a complication, right? But for now, though, I feel like regardless of whether I'm right about that hunch, let's call it, or not, I am gonna continue with the rest of the year at least. It's gonna be, I want it to be 4 streams, 2 on each platform, 2 on YouTube and 2 on Twitch. I do realize there's other places, like I think TikTok has live streams now, but it's only Twitch and YouTube for me when it comes to live streams. YouTube, I talked a little bit about this yesterday, and especially with what happened with Twitter recently, YouTube is really moving towards destroying its competition. Like even things that are not necessarily competition, they're making it their competition for the purposes of just giving an option for what they have to offer. For example, if you follow a creator that you like and you want more instant interaction, you want more everyday thoughts or more like something that has more frequency to it, like tweets are, because you get to see them say something or reply to someone in a more instant way when it comes to Twitter on tweets. And it's in a very public space, so you have ease of access, because Discord also allows you to do this, but it's not the same. It doesn't have that ease of access. It's like a club you need to get into. It's like, you know, you need to get an invite to the server, you accept the invite, you need to make sure there's enough room in the server, depending on the popularity. You need to make sure you're not in 100 servers already. It takes a little bit of work to get there. It's kind of like getting a membership. On the other hand, Twitter, just create the account, and you can begin following and seeing those things in your timeline. Facebook is like that, but Facebook is also another thing entirely. There's nothing like Twitter in that sense, honestly, which is why, you know, Twitter supposedly dying is like a big deal. Tumblr, a lot of people are saying, hey, going back to Tumblr or whatever, but Tumblr, well, maybe I never could understand it. I never bothered to understand Tumblr a lot. I just never liked the interface. It doesn't look like a good interface. Like, it's confusing to see what's the latest like actual post from the creator and what is like a re-Tumblr or whatever the places it was called. If you want to scroll down to see like the history of their posts, it's presented in a very, very confusing way to me. You can't just look at their profile either. There's no such thing as like, I don't know, like, it's very like scrambled and confusing. I never liked it. So migrating from Twitter to Tumblr just doesn't even seem like an option to me. It's another thing entirely. But if Tumblr does change in some ways, I might have to invest in it. But anyway, YouTube is now starting to implement more social media aspects to it, more than before. The YouTube handle thing is one thing, for example. They now have @handles for everyone. And you can even use the handle on the URL of the channel. If you want to find my channel, you can have youtube.com/c/KaidenTajigen, or you can have youtube.com/KaidenTajigen. But if you're used to the @handles because you're used to TikTok and Twitter, you can just put @KaidenTajigen and you'll find me. And the same goes for other people. We saw it with Takanashi Kiara from Hololive. You put @Takanashi Kiara and you'll find her. Sorry about that little frame drop there. Same thing as before. Thankfully the frequency is not very frequent. The frequency is not very frequent. And it's not something you were able to do before because they didn't have ads really implemented. Hashtags is something they tried to do before and it wasn't really that successful. Now they may try to do it again and it may be better. And of course the separation of the YouTube live, shorts, and videos tabs. This also competes with TikTok. They've been doing a lot for YouTube shorts. And I'm like, okay, yeah, they want to compete with TikTok. And then when I saw this thing with the handles, when I saw this thing with also the live tab, I realized something is going on. There's some like inner shake-up with the company. They're going in this direction, and they're really taking things more seriously than ever before. They're seriously making some moves now. I think 2023, if they keep this going, is gonna be a big year for them. Like at this time next year, it's possible YouTube will be like a huge hub for like content creation in so many ways. And monopolies, I think in general, are never good, but at the same time, it's also exciting and great that they're doing something like that. So if you want to have some feed, some timeline of friends of yours, creators you like, celebrities you like, or whatever, companies, you need Twitter for that. But in the future, YouTube may even have that. And if Twitter continues to implode on itself because of a certain individual, then it's gonna be even more of a possibility that YouTube just takes it over. Twitch. So we're streaming on Twitch right now, but still needs to be said that Twitch has also done a lot of things wrong. They are doing some things right though. Finally, maybe because YouTube has forced them to do it, but they're stepping up their game. There's pinned messages now, actually. I forgot, they implemented that yesterday. Tell you what, I'm gonna pin this message. Yeah, yeah, there we go. We can unpin this after 20 minutes. I sent that at the beginning of the stream. Just for fun, let's just pin that message of me with my intense head shaking with the purple black magic energy. There you go. No, yeah, pinned messages are important. YouTube has had that for years now, maybe since the beginning. I don't know, like when I first realized that YouTube had live streams, they already had that feature, so they may have had it forever for all I know. But Twitch, on the other hand, took a long time for them to do it. And they've been doing a lot of missteps, a lot of backward steps, a lot of bad decisions. A lot of them have to do with ads. And YouTube have been doing a lot of great decisions, improving their platform for live streams and even beyond that, as I said. So what does this mean? It means that YouTube is gonna destroy Twitch because of this. It means that YouTube is gonna destroy Twitter if Twitter keeps going downhill like this. And TikTok, well, I don't think they're doing anything wrong necessarily, but YouTube is making itself a better option. In many ways. Yeah, because I don't know if it's just me, but some of the latest shorts that I also uploaded on TikTok, or some of the latest TikToks that I also uploaded as shorts, had much better reception here on YouTube than they did on TikTok. And it used to be different. Months ago, when I was doing the 38 Kamen Rider challenge, for the most part, I think the TikToks for the covers were better than the YouTube shorts. Well, also because I was able to have them be longer on TikTok, because YouTube does limit you to 60 seconds or less. TikTok, well, nowadays they allow you up to 10 minutes, but that's like another dimension entirely. Ideally, you want to keep to the previous limit of 3 minutes or so they had, and even then, try not to hit that 3-minute mark, right? So my covers, like, they were opening covers. They were like 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, something like that. So, oh my god, I am not even playing the game. We need to have a Just Chatting stream for this. We need to, oh man, we need to have a Just Chatting stream talking about these things and maybe make a video. Again, the dilemmas I'm facing, the content creation situation I'm facing, this sort of thing, right? But yeah, I want to finish talking about this though, before we go on here with the quest. Let me regain my train of thought here. I was talking about... Okay, I kind of forgot what I was talking about, specifically about YouTube, Twitch, and all that, but... the point is, they're stepping up their game. Oh yeah, the shorts, yeah. The latest covers I uploaded that were in short form, for Dragon Ball and the MMO New Zone song clip, that was like a stream clip as well. The reception was like 100 times better or so than it was on YouTube. Let me show you the contrast actually. This is not gonna be the best way to compare it. It's not all about the numbers necessarily, but it gives you a really good idea about it. Let me show you, just tell you the view count for some of them, okay? The MMO New Zone song has 169 views right now here on YouTube. Sorry, they're on YouTube. We're not on YouTube right now. On the other hand, that same clip for... give me a second here. That same clip for TikTok... Gotta open the page. Oh, I gotta use the ad actually for that. I gotta put /@Gaiden That's actually not good. They should couldn't find this account? What? Excuse me? What do you mean you couldn't find this account? Did you ban me, TikTok? No, you didn't. For some reason, it didn't work like that. That's so weird. Okay, on the other hand, the same clip has 11 views on TikTok. And those are lifetime views. Let's compare the most successful of the 3 covers I did, which was... I uploaded Limit Break Survivor in 3 different languages, in Japanese, in Latin American Spanish, and in English. And the English version was like by a landslide more successful than the other ones, but I think it was just the timing. The day I uploaded the English version, there was more buzz going on around Dragon Ball. I mean, all 3 of those days there was a lot of buzz, because that was the time when Dragon Ball Super Hero was being released internationally, and the Fortnite collab was happening. But, well, I guess that day in particular there was something going on, or people were searching more for the English version, I don't know. But anyway, the English version has 806 views. On TikTok, that same clip has 11 views. It's a landslide. But on the other hand, if I go further back, one of the highest viewed ones on TikTok for the 38 Kamen Rider challenge, the Kamen Rider Fi's opening cover for Justifies. On YouTube Shorts, it has 156 views, and on TikTok it has 343. But that was back in like February, or no, wait, around March I think it was, of this year. Before YouTube started doing these changes, just promoting Shorts even more, because they also went through a huge advertisement campaign, because I was seeing every other ad on Twitch that I was getting was about YouTube Shorts. I'm not kidding about that. Twitter as well was having those promoted like tweets that you see here and there. Reddit as well. I was seeing a lot of stuff about YouTube Shorts, and you know, they were starting to monetize that. They're still doing that, I mean, but And now having them on their own tab, they've been stepping up the YouTube Shorts game. And now they've been doing it as well for live streams and for other things like that. So again, I don't know if it's just me, but YouTube Shorts that I also upload on TikTok, like it's the exact same video, the exact same vertical, less than 60-second long video, or around 60 seconds. They have a landslide of a difference on YouTube when compared to TikTok. So, yeah, they may not be... TikTok may not be doing any bad moves as much as Twitter and Twitch have lately, but it looks like YouTube is also going to be destroying them. I don't know. I feel like I need to get more data on this. Might be good as a video, as I said. Seems like a good idea. Somebody may have done a video already, and I should search for that too. Like, is YouTube just going to annihilate all the other platforms? Is YouTube becoming the one to rule them all, Sauron style? Sauron taking over Middle Earth. YouTube taking over YouTube Internet Middle Earth. Something like that. Like, honestly, don't be surprised if YouTube just comes up with some unexpected thing, like they now have a timeline and you can now do the equivalent of tweets. You do posts and it looks exactly like a Twitter timeline or a Facebook timeline. It's very like immediate, and they do something like that. I think the only one they're not competing with at all is Reddit. Reddit is in its own separate dimension, but it is technically social media. Discord is its own thing as well. It is social media because it's a medium that you use to socialize, among other things, but you can socialize with people there. Yeah, technically YouTube is not social media even. Like, it's a video platform. You watch videos, you watch live streams, you watch stuff that's videos. People can make announcements and they can make comments and they socialize there, but it's like a secondary thing. That is like a bonus to the video experience, right? That's the thing. YouTube is going way beyond that now. Twitch is the same, really. There's live streams. You socialize with the streamer and with people in the streamer's chat, maybe, but not really. Couldn't really call it social media like you would call Twitter or Reddit or Facebook or something like that. TikTok probably the same, right? It's more of an entertainment rather than a social platform. You know, it's like another comparison would be like saying comparing an MMORPG like Final Fantasy XIV with Final Fantasy 15, and correct me if I'm wrong, 15 has multiplayer features, or at least a few online features, and it would be calling Final Fantasy 15 an online game, which is technically true, but it's not really an online game in the same way that FF14 is, right? Not a multiplayer game in the same way that FF14 is. So to call YouTube and Twitch social media feels the same way. It's like technically true, but it's not really social media in the way you think about social media like Twitter or Reddit. Although, again, YouTube is kinda changing that now. I'm so happy with what they did with community posts. Yeah, it's just wonderful. What a wonderful thing they did right there for creators in general. And it's even long before they started doing this, discoverability is so much better on YouTube, so this is why they're destroying it. They were already good, now they're becoming better. It just took that, like, they were just like, fine just being a video platform, and that's why Twitch was able to stick around for as long as it did. But a lot of people have been saying the moment they start going more seriously about live streaming, Twitch is gonna start counting its days unless they step up their game equally. And for many years they haven't done this. But well, we have been live for an hour and a half and we barely played FF14 today, haven't we? Yeah, perhaps I'm gonna have a week of just chatting streams or something. Again, they're better length for YouTube, but let's get back to Eorzea, shall we? See, I am multidimensional. I am right here in Eorzea, I am right here in the game, but I'm also just in other dimensions instead. People think I'm just spacing out, but I'm actually in another place. You can call me a medium maybe, because I'm communicating with something beyond. That's what it looks like. There's all these players doing this quest, probably doing a quest with Slapthorn. And I'm just here standing in front of Slapthorn for over half an hour. I was told to expect a Scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It has been far too long, Kaiden. You have something for me, yes? Yes, indeed. Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? Would that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, though, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. I jest. Well, I probably would be able to do the work if a dozen men are average when compared to me. We want the Dark Light Choker of Casting. A choker would look so good on me. Man, chokers are like so charming, such a charming accessory you can put on yourself. Or maybe not even an accessory, sometimes they have a function beyond just looking charming. But it's one of those things that can look... I don't know, it has so many ways it can look. It can look very sultry, it can look very innocent as well, it can look very much like an idle thing. Oh, Fantasia, yeah. Anyway, where's the choker he gave me? Oh, no, wait, it's not here. My bad. No, yeah. It would be right here. Oh, yeah, let's open this. Recommended gear. Oh, okay. I would have thought I would use that. I'm using the choker of Divine Death, though. The funny thing is, though, I'm not even going to see the choker right now because of the outfit I'm wearing. Speaking of which, let's have the headgear visible. Let's be a full black mage for a little bit. It's been a while since I've looked like this. And now it's the Dark Light bracelets. Yeah, none of those are gonna be good for me, so I'm probably gonna go for the Elegant Bronze piece. Back to the work, back to do the work of a dozen men, I see. But I jest. Even I can appreciate that an important man such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. But since you're here, mayhap you'd be keen on having a look around the Science League home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. Oh-ho. Oh, this. Okay. I mean, not as impressive as I expected, but still impressive. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. So we even have a tavern. That sounds great. See, that sounds like a better headquarters already. It may get a bit raucous at times, but I imagine it'll be as good a place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Is that you, Kaiden? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. Oh no. We received green tidings from Gridania, and it would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. Is everything quite alright, friend? There's an emergency I need to take care of. I can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries, you can rest assured that I'll see to all necessary arrangements. Probably return any time after you're seen to your more pressing matters. Thank you, my friend. Oh yes, oh yes. The thought plittens. The plot thickens. I don't know why it's funny to just like trade the starting letters of words sometimes. But it's a fun like meme like joke to do. The thought plittens. The what was another one that I remember? I don't remember. I can't remember, but I probably... If you remember anything like that, say it in the chat. There's already a lot of blue quests here as well. What a complication. I mean, some of those, even if they're blue, they're not necessarily something I have to do right now, you know? I know there's the leave quests. I don't necessarily have to do them right now, but yeah. This is why, if you take an approach of just doing every single quest that comes your way, it's very straightforward and simple, right? Honestly, I did say earlier that it's partly because I have had no time for Final Fantasy XIV off the stream at all. And you know, I've been so caught up in so many problems lately that I've forgotten a lot about what I've learned in the game. But I do need to review. It's partly because of this and partly because my forgetful nature when it comes to these things. I'm just appreciating my look with the Black Mage full hat. I need to like take some time away from the stream and restudy some things. I mean, a lot of those things are not even beginner player concepts, like just a lot of things. Oh my god, the outfit looks so nice with the hat. It's just so gorgeous. I love it. Lovely black magic right here. Right, so let's get back to Tataru. We can teleport with the ticket. I might need to be mindful of the inventory space very soon. I haven't even touched crafting in this game at all. A lot of the things I have in there, I just keep them because they could be useful as crafting materials. Well, when I finally get a subscription in the game, I think that might be a good time to start really becoming more of a student about it, becoming more serious about learning how a lot of things about it work. Things that you would think I know by now, but I don't. Like, in the latest raids, in the latest dungeons that we've done together with people, I feel like I'm such a weight on the team. I feel so dumb, like they've been having to re-explain a lot of things to me. They explain something to me and it goes out the other ear. Because immediately after they explained to me, I already forgot it, like... Or they explained it to me the last time I played, but by this time now I've already forgotten. And I just don't handle the mechanics of the fight well enough. Those are things I feel like I need to figure out better. And again, it takes some time away from the stream. Probably watching videos or reading articles or playing. Though I'd rather do it before playing because I don't want to drag people down. That's the thing. Let's see. A messenger from the Tree Nether came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the Ixal have summoned Garuda again? Or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the Shroud? Oh yeah, I remember now. We had the more difficult versions of the Titan, the Primal Summons, right? So there's also those I need to do. Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. Thank you, Tataru. Yes, hopefully this is not the emergency that it sounds like. Concerning issues, you know, we gotta be more careful. I'll never forget the massacre. None of us will ever forget the massacre that happened here. We always have a big target on our back, even after the Empire has been taken down. The superstars of the 7th dimension have a lot of enemies, because we do a lot of good. There's this phrase that goes, there's this quote that goes like, it's an exaggerated way of putting it, but if you don't have any enemies, then you don't have enough convictions or something. Something like that. There's a historical figure that said it. He was a politician or he was a philosopher, I forget. Somebody who was involved in politics in some way. It may have been somebody who was in one of the world wars. We're in the middle of a 90-second outbreak right now, by the way. I'm gonna wait to read the quest dialogue until we do that. Yeah, but yes, Starry also mentioned earlier the 8-man versions of some of the trials. It may figure into what we're about to do. Sorry about that noise. That's me opening my water bottle. See, this becomes a great opportunity to hydrate. Always with the ad breaks. You know, now that I'm starting to go into YouTube a little bit more. It's only been 3 streams so far, but I've already gotten a good sample of what the experience is like. I like to think that it's not gonna take me that much more to get used to it. And again, it's still 100% in the plans. Like, what I'm hoping to do next week is to have 2 YouTube streams and 2 Twitch streams, but as I also get more used to the YouTube experience, having to take care of ads in this way on Twitch feels so archaic, so barbaric even, like, So unnecessary and so silly that I think I'm no longer gonna have automatic ads. I'm just gonna try to keep track of them every half hour, and that will be better. And I'll have the ads manager like that. Honestly, I think I'm gonna do that. So this is the last Twitch stream for this week. I can set it up for the next Twitch stream for next week. Next week, I mean, it's a bit early to say this. I probably should talk about this after the stream tomorrow, but hold on, let me make a note. I'm gonna make a note to do that. Set it as a task to do. In Habitica. At least this is not one of those tasks that is like, oh man, what a pain in the ass. I mean, it's a little bit of a bother to do, but it's one of those things that I want to do a lot. Like, I'm glad to do it. I've said this before, but partly what comes with being a content creator, at least of the type I am, because there's all sorts of different types of content creators, but the kind I do involves learning a lot of video editing and even audio mixing, and especially the latter. They tend to be very complicated for me, and does become very painful for me to deal with. It's a very painstaking process, but I also love doing it so much that, despite the pain, I gladly put myself in that situation. I gladly go through that. I gladly walk through the fire, even though it's gonna burn me. I am happy to walk through it because this is a fire that is part of going through. This fire is gonna produce something good, and it's gonna help me. And or even if what I produce is not good, because a few of the covers I've done, man, I hate the audio mixing I did for that. I'm just an absolute amateur at that. Even if I don't produce something I consider good, I will learn something. And future fires are not gonna be painful for me, or they're gonna be less painful, or I will not even need to walk through a fire anymore. It's just gonna be a natural thing, ideally. But yeah, the stuff for next week, I think the plan is 2 YouTube streams, 2 Twitch streams, alternating it from Wednesday to Saturday. But I might have only 3 streams again. I think it's very easy to figure out what I'm gonna do for YouTube. It's gonna be the same as this week. 1 stream with Japanese learning, 1 stream with the Pokemon League building, which is gonna be Hoenn for next week. And also for Twitch, it's gonna be Final Fantasy Friday. And the other thing can be any game. We postponed the Smite stream. I think there's a Smite stream pending because, I don't know. I think I want to take the plunge at last to finally learn the main 5 versus 5 mode. With the tower, with the jungle, all of that stuff. Finally get the complete MOBA experience, and ooh boy, that's intimidating. Because I was talking about not dragging teams down, well, oh my god. It's gonna be a learning experience for me. Because so far, I've only played Arena and Smite, and it's like, I want to remain right there in the weenie hut. This is a terrible way to say it, but it kind of feels that way. Or rather, let me rephrase it. You know, it's like staying in the weenie hut and not going out to the wide world. It's like staying in the little area for children, for babies and toddlers, in like a place. What's it called? I forget the name, but you know, the little corralled area where you have babies and toddlers, like you see in Rugrats. And you just stay there and you don't go out to the wide world. Or another analogy, like I just want to keep the training wheels forever. Never just ride the bike with only 2 wheels. No, thank you. That looks terrifying. That's what it feels like to be in Smite, going to Arena, from Arena mode to the main MOBA mode, which I think is called Conquest. I don't remember. Anyway, I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. Thine arrival is customarily timely, Kaiden. The etheric waves... Sorry. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be truth in my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. Ah, that bitch of the Vortex. I haven't forgotten her. How can she dare call herself of the Vortex when she is so narrow-minded? I know what it takes to be in a vortex situation, a spiral, a portal, a time vortex. I know what true multidimensionality, is that a word, is like. We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Uranger says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to ones observed more than 5 years ago. Though I had hoped the Muggles guard beyond such follies. Suffice it to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence hath been requested by Commander Hulaw. He awaiteth thee at the Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Gridania, Kaiden. Ida and Papa Limo will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Rendezvous. A lot of funky pronunciation with some of the names, so it makes my words get even more scrambled. I feel like I rush through the dialogue a little bit and I need to slow down a lot. That's also what causes me, well, it happens when I'm speaking as well, but it's part of that thing I said earlier about wanting to just speak more normally, quote unquote, instead of getting excited all the time and just like, it's great sometimes, but to do it all the time has its cons, has its big downsides to me. Alright, so Vorsail Hulaw at the Adder's Nest in New Gridania. So that, remind me, that's the Grand Company from New Gridania, right? The serpents, were they? Yeah. The ones dressed in yellow. The ones dressed in red are the ones I'm part of. The Maelstrom. And in blue, or no, maybe I got it wrong. The Immortal Flames. No, I think the Immortal Flames are red and the ones I'm in are blue. No. The Maelstrom is red, I'm sure of that. But the Immortal Flames being blue doesn't sound right. But if I recall correctly, these are the yellow ones? Correct me in the chat if I got anything wrong there. It's funny, you know, because they call themselves the Immortal Flames. They're in the desert, it feels like red is more fitting for them. And the Maelstrom is like with the ocean, the sea. Feels like blue is more fitting, but yeah. I probably should have used the Aetheryte network, but we're here anyway. It wasn't that far away. Yeah, the serpents are the yellow ones, so the Immortal Flames have to be the blue guild. The blue Grand Company, I mean. A pleasure to see you as always, Kaiden. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could think of no one more qualified to... but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Let's see what you have to say. What is this? Ooh, milk fed until tender and juicy. Not that anyone would ever think of eating him. Use item to acquire the Buffalo Calf minion. I'm so gonna use this immediately. A little bit of a Pokemon feel as well. Now I compare so many things to Pokemon now that I'm re-obsessed with it. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Before I open that weapon coffer, where is it that I took a look at my minions? The minion guide, yes. Let's summon this bad boy here. Is it as cute as I think it's gonna be? Let's take a look at it. Ah, yes, it's so kawaii. Yeah. Yeah, my little boy. Oh my gosh, it is so cute because it's so small. It's so small. Look at the eye. The simple black eye. Ah, kawaii desu ne. Kawaii. Chou kawaii. Ah, chichai buffalo. Not sure how you say buffalo in Japanese, but I can say buffalo, I think. Okay, let's get this weapon. Might not be better than the one I have. I don't know. We got a giant skull longstaff. Ah, yes, it is better. Oh yeah, the one I have wasn't even green. And take a look at this. This looks so good. That deserves a screenshot right there. I should do a little bit of G-posing with that. Hold on. Let's take a G-posing tangent. Give me a second. Give me a second. because it looks so good with the Oh no, don't do that, don't do that. I forgot how you disable the character from doing that, but how do I... Oh yeah, there we go. That's how I can pause myself. Yeah, the little sparkles fit very nicely, I think. They fit very nicely. Let's see. That's a very lovely staff. It has my colors as well. Lovely amethyst, purple feel to it. Violet. Shoutouts to Pokemon Violet, by the way. Of course, that's the one I'm gonna play. If I can only get one of the two, ideally I always want to get all of them. I'm the sort of Pokemaniac, ex-maniac you might say, that loves playing all of them in all sorts of ways. But if I only choose one of them, or if I choose one first, it's 100% gonna be Violet, because it's right there in the name. So I would have Miraidon, I would be part of Uva Academy, and it would be Professor Turo, I think it was? Because it's taken from Futuro, future in Japanese, sorry, in Spanish. Pasada is what they use for Professor Sada, which is the female form of past in Spanish. Because past in Spanish has like two genders there, pasado and pasada, male and female. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't have neutrality when it comes to genders of a language. Remind me, how do I take a picture again? Wait. Oh yes, this is how we do it, okay. But how we disable everything else. We don't need to have a fancy frame necessarily, but let me remember where you do the frames. Oh yeah, here we are. Picture frame. Might be good to remove the minion. Or... Oh, can I make the minion move so that we see the front of it? What the hell, just leave it like that. I'm too lazy to do anymore. Oh, this is good actually. There's this minion from this other person that kind of works to have visible. Alright, I'm not gonna go too far with it. Just end it right there. And that will do the trick. Oh, let me try something. Okay. Let's actually continue now. The only problem is that it clips through my hat. That's the thing that sucks about it. I could remove it, but I've become so fond of this. No, it clips through the neck of the... I don't know what you call it. The neck? The neck part of the outfit. So it's gonna clip one way or another. This giant fork. Not long ago, the Moogle Kuplo Cop visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Sitseer. He spoke of an imminent threat to all Moogle kind, one which would imperil the entire 12-wood if left unchecked. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Moogles. The rest you shall hear from Kuplo Cop himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seedseer at the Lotus Stand. Free 5-minute paintings of your Final Fantasy XIV character. Ooh, somebody's doing paintings of characters on their Twitch channel. Nice. 5-minute paintings. I love the sound of that. That's a great way to promote your channel. If I had any ounce of drawing talent, I would seriously think of doing that. Just on the FF14 category. Partly in-game, partly outside of the game. Just doing something like that. It's the equivalent of promoting yourself by just going to a park. Oh, and speaking of things like that going on. Music. Somebody's playing music here. Oh, just this one person. Just this one person. How lovely. That is very lovely. Let me watch them by drinking some tea. Gonna get some Salem Black. That's what I had earlier. Before the stream. Look at this! Look at this minion of this person. It looks so much like a Pokemon, doesn't it? Looks like a mix of like Lopunny, some of the moth butterfly Pokemon. I love the look of it. Yeah, I love moth-based Pokemon. Moth-based, a lot of things I like. I'm starting to realize that I like mods a lot. I think mods are cool. They can be... I feel like I'm like a moth in many ways. I see something that's pretty and I'm like, ooh, lamp, 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 lamp. Let me see, let me see. Seriously. Praise the lamp, the almighty lamp. That's apparently a meme of some sort. I don't know if it references something in particular, but I've seen that. Alright. Now, I realize it may feel like a bit soon for this. I realize we didn't get to do much in the game right now, but it's gonna be it for the stream today. Kind of a cliffhanger as we're about to speak to Kani Sena, I think it was, and that Moogle. The Elder Seer, I think, is referring to Kani Sena. But we are gonna leave it in the game right there. As I said, I think it's gonna be a shorter stream. Like, I'm also hungry right now, and I need to eat something. So, I'm gonna give it an ending right there. I am hoping to have a longer Final Fantasy Friday next week, though. Because, yeah, we're not gonna do it until next Final Fantasy Friday. Because whatever other stream I have on Twitch next week is not gonna be Final Fantasy, most likely. I wanna do that Smite stuff. May still not be Smite. Maybe something else entirely. Maybe a just chatting stream as I wanted to do. But I already know what the YouTube streams are gonna be though, one way or another. So yeah, for now we're gonna end it right here. Thank you so much for just watching me go on tangents today. We didn't do that much in game, I think, but yeah, it was nice to talk about those things. Again, I feel like I need to make specific streams based on that. Ooh, let's see. There's a lot of people streaming Scarlet and Violet. Maybe I should rate somebody who's doing that. Or let's see though, let's see. Oh, there's a lot of people streaming Genshin. Is Lurin still live? Because I did know that he was... yes, his first sponsored stream. Oh man, didn't we literally rate Lurin last time though? As much as I would love to rate him, it feels like I just did rate him the other day this way. Let's go for somebody else. Somebody else was also streaming Genshin, but we rated her recently. What to do? What to do? Oh my goodness! Okay, I am not going to rate Lurin, that's for sure. We'll die for our king, we'll die for our king. Hey. You are reaching me at the end of the stream, so hey, all the people that came in with the Lurin's raid, we're about to rate someone, so you can stick around for that maybe. You got me at the end of Lurin. That's good though, because I was considering rating you, but now you've narrowed down my choices a little bit by doing that. So don't worry about it, it's okay, because, you know, we get to drop the raid to somebody else in return. But hey, in case you don't know me, I am the multi-dimensional Tajigen Kaiden, a sentient star cluster in VTuber idol form. But we are about to end it. How was FF14? Well, we barely did anything on it, because I just went on talking about my dilemmas in content creation, my future ideas, and Twitter, talking about YouTube, talking about VTubing, and all sorts of things. You know, with the recent situation with Twitter and what YouTube has been doing, potentially destroying Twitch and Twitter if it keeps going like this, maybe even TikTok, those sorts of things. I rambled more than usual. You know I ramble, Lurin. I rambled even more than usual, so we barely did anything in FF14 today. But we advanced through some quests a little bit. I'm hoping to do more next Final Fantasy Friday because... Okay, well, I'll tell you this though. All of you coming in from the Lurin's raid, if you want to see more Genshin Impact, you're gonna see more Genshin Impact because we're gonna raid Microfona Singh, who is playing Genshin Impact right now. She's waiting for the gacha, apparently. That's interesting. That's what I do, Kaiden, which is why I don't get far. Yeah. But those of you who did not come from Illyrian's Raid and are also here because you were watching me anyway, thank you so much for being here. Well, everybody. Oh, yeah, Crimson. Yeah. Yeah, when you stream, it tends to be like that a lot. So there's that. You'll be happy to know, Illyrian, that I have once again decided to avoid the side quest. Especially because of this. You know, breathe now. You can breathe in relief. Yeah. Anyway, copy and paste either version of the raid message as we're about to raid Microfona. And yesterday, there was somebody on the YouTube chat that made me finally realize that I have a better way to say goodbye to all of you than see you around, which I like too, but from now on, I'm gonna be saying variations of this. So, as we are about to raid Microfona Sing, again, copy and paste either version of the invasion from another dimension, and give all the love to her, whether you love Genshin, or whether you love Microfona, or whether you love me. Drop all the love. But wherever I see you next, remember, we have the YouTube stream tomorrow, I'll have the waiting room after this. But whichever way I see you next, Maniacs, Otsukai-sama desu.